Today we're gonna do a review of the modern Dayfarer Sling 2-liter. In this video, I'm gonna take my experience of reviewing 500 plus of the world's best bags, and we're gonna tear this thing apart. We're gonna pack it out, I'm gonna talk about the honest pros and cons, and if you're not quite sure this is the sling for you, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video, because there I'm gonna make some alternative sling recommendations for bags that are gonna be close to this one, but also a little bit different, because here at Nomads Nation, our goal is to help you find the best bag for your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the modern Dayfarer Sling 2-liter. If you don't know, modern Dayfarer is a German carry brand. And just like Germans are renowned for their craftsmanship and technical superiority when it comes to like cars and watches, that also extends to the world of bags, because modern Dayfarer, they don't around. Their backpack is one of my favorite bags of all time, and the 18-liter version just dropped, and I was a really big fan of it. And this sling also has a lot going on, with some cons that you have to be aware of as well. Let's talk about some of the bag's top features. It's a top loader sling with fidlock magnetic hardware. This main compartment is the only access point. There's no other zippers or pockets on the front or the back. In the main compartment, we got a bit of organization and a back tech sleeve. This bag is using modern Dayfarer's new nylon, which I'm gonna nerd out on as briefly as I can in the next section. You're gonna wanna hear that. And the sling has some pretty impressive hardware, including a magnetic fidlock V-buckle and a swivel system on the shoulder strap and swivel hardware, which again, I've got some very strong opinions on. We'll talk about that 2 chapters from now. So let's talk about the size of the sling. It's advertised as 2 liters. Before we double check that, some quick dimensions. We got a height of 7 inches, a width at the top of 12 inches, and a fully packed out depth of around 3 inches. Now for the capacity, as you can see right here, that's 2 liters, and we're coming in just under it. But one thing to note about the capacity of the sling is the magnetic hardware gives you different capacity options. So you can wear it a little bit tighter with less capacity, or you can loosen it up for a bit more capacity. But overall, I'd say the bag, it's coming in at around 2 liters, but it's a very tight 2 liters. This is the modern Dayfarer Sling 2-liter when it's empty, and here it is when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. I'm 5'8", and our media manager Margaret is 5'2". And don't worry, we're gonna pack out this bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. And it should be noted we're actually reviewing this before the bag launches and the price has not been solidified. But modern Dayfarer is definitely one of the premium carry brands known for like having pretty accessible price points. But with tariffs happening right now, you just never know where it's gonna land. I'll bet it's gonna be around 110, 115 US dollars. We'll see if I'm right. And if I am, or if not, if the price, no matter where it's at, it's just something that speaks to you and you're like, dude, that price for that bag, it's a steal. I'm totally gonna get one. We highly suggest doing so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps us support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the outside of the modern Dayfarer Sling 2-liter. Starting with the aesthetic, if there's one thing that modern Dayfarer does so well, and so their own way, it's just having good looking bags. Their aesthetics always slaps in my opinion. The new 18-liter of the modern Dayfarer backpack, oh my God. But it's a bag that's like got its own unique identity. It's masculine, yet also having some interesting like European sophistication to it. I love how they carried over the front flap from the Dayfarer backpack into the sling. It just looks great. But one thing that takes the aesthetic to the next level is this new fabric that modern Dayfarer is using, which is a Velocity Nylon. The thing with Velocity is it's a weave, like ballistic is a weave. And if you don't know what ballistic nylon is either, these are just great fabrics for backpacks, nylons, because they're weather resistant, abrasion resistant as all hell. And they just look gorgeous. Look at that sheen. And nylon like this just looks just as good 5 years from now. This Velocity weave is something I'm a huge fan of. And I don't see enough bag brands do it. I'm so stoked that modern Dayfarer is jumping on the train. The only other bag brand that I saw do it was Black Ember, and I don't think they're doing it anymore. I'm not sure. Black Ember changes their fabrics a lot. You know, are a bit of a backpack nerd and looking for like a really beautiful, interesting fabric, or this is your first bag that you want to get, like this fabric is just chef's kiss. One other thing contributing to the modern Dayfarer awesome aesthetic is the lack of a logo. I don't think there's a logo anywhere on the outside of this bag, which is bold and awesome. Only on the inside, right here on the tech sleeve. But hold up, We'll get to the inside of the bag in the next chapter. Let's finish by talking about the rest of the outside. One of the biggest selling points, in my opinion, which is this harness system. It's got a beautiful nylon webbing here, the same fabric that you see on like a nice seatbelt, metal hardware to adjust, and the Fidlock V-buckle, which I think might be a little controversial. This is the potential caveat. Because I'm not crazy about Fidlock V-buckles. I've gone through quite a relationship with them. I used to love them when I first started reviewing bags. I thought they were so cool, because they are. I mean, this is like incredible technology in backpacks and magnets, as I have been known to say, go together like tacos and tequila. But this is definitely adding a lot of like clunk and weight to the sling. And also a lot of people in the community don't prefer magnetic hardware on their sling straps because they feel like it's a little bit opening them up to being thefted, which I do get. You know, I live in Hong Kong, which is one of the safest cities in the world, so I get to have the benefit of taking safety with theft for granted. But if I lived somewhere like, you know, where I've been before, you know, my dad's from Manchester. I know it's a little rough around the edges in some parts there. Every time I visit, you know, like if I visited with this sling, I'd be like, no, you know, cheerio, good day. And I love Manchester. It's one of the coolest cities I've ever been to. But like, I do understand where people are coming from with that theft concern. But if that's not a big deal to you, the Fidlock V-buckle, oh my God, it's amazing. Like, this magnet is so strong. It never comes undone unless you need it to. And what's making it even more amazing, it's how it's positioned as to where sometimes on slings, Fidlock V-buckles are gonna be right here on your back and you can feel that clunk. But this positioning right here is super nice and actually a lot more secure because if you are roaming the streets of Manchester, you know, I love Manchester, I'm not picking on you guys. I'm gonna get the Manchester B tattooed on me as a homage to my family there. But because of its location here, you can maybe just cover it a little bit if you need. Versus on the back, you're at the mercy of the world then. Last note about this sling with the strap that I love is that swivel. Like, I don't know why more slings don't do this. Actually, I do know why. It's actually kind of hard for backpack companies to do this and to manufacture it and to manufacture it high quality correctly. This is just kind of tough in regards to manufacturing, but modern Dayfarer absolutely nailed it. And wearing this sling outside, whether it was in front mode, side mode, or back mode, it didn't matter. Just the swivel allows the sling to just move with your body, which is great because I like to wear my slings also in messenger mode sometimes, and I don't always get to do that with a crossbody sling. So that versatility in terms of how it can be worn, probably my favorite part about this bag. One last note, let's see the shoulder strap, how far it can go. We're getting around 48 inches max length. And let's actually measure it at its tightest as well, where we're getting around 33 inches length. All right, moving on, let's talk about the inside of the modern Dayfarer Sling 2-liter. And this is gonna be interesting because again, one person's pro is gonna be another person's con. That's where we only have one point of entrance into the bag. There's no front compartments and hidden back zippers. So that might mean more security to you or more annoyance to you because you only got one option. But in that one option, there's a bunch of organization. You know, let's just pack it all out so you can see it in action. Got a bunch of EDC stuff you might be taking around on a daily basis. Starting with a phone, actually, I got my iPhone 13. It's great, which would be ideal to put in this little tech sleeve at the back. And one thing to know is this main compartment, it's not tight. It's actually designed in a way where you get some access in there, but it's definitely not the greatest access as to where like if you had like a clamshell style opening sling. Like we recently did like the CT5 from Choyan Tactical. And like that thing like literally just, and it goes like it rolls out like a red carpet. This sling is a bit tighter, but overall, in my experience, I felt that the access was fine. We got two power mesh pockets here. I'm gonna do AirPods in one, wallet in the other. Zippered pocket on the other side. Great spot for your sunglasses. We also have a very, very chode-like key leash. You're tiny. And I like it and I don't like it. I like it because you can actually still unlock your door if need be. But I would have maybe appreciated just a little bit more slack, a little bit more length, or having it be completely removable. And then finally in the main compartment, we can just throw a bunch of other stuff, right? You got your keys, something chunkier like a laptop charger, protein bar. And keep in mind, like with a size like this, we're at 2 liters. It's not meant to fit a whole bunch of stuff. It's a pocket dump or pocket reliever, however you want to refer to it as. And you can see right here, oh God, I mean, the comfort of that swivel system, like a 2-liter sling in my opinion is never uncomfortable, but you throw some swivels on that, like now you're taking the comfort to the upper echelon. So when it comes to comfort, this sling is just gonna be in a tier of its own. But access, I think, will be a bit more controversial as you do have to open this flap to grab what you want. I do think that the top-down view that you have is actually, you know, pretty nice actually. And then the final note is just with these magnets, it might take a little getting used to in terms of finding the right spot for it, but it works. I mean, the magnets are pretty strong. You're not gonna be able to just like go like that though. Well, actually, sometimes you can, but a lot of times you're not. You're just gonna find the spot, but the magnets will find their way. Now, before we jump into the pros and cons, I gotta tell you, if you're really enjoying this deep dive, you might be a bit of a bag nerd, or you're just really into travel gear and EDC gear. And if that's the case, I wanna welcome you to Nomads Nation, but I also wanna tell you that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do videos on our YouTube channel, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, I'm bringing you all the breaking news that's happening in this incredible industry. Mostly starting with like the biggest drops, right? Because there's a lot of information out there, so I just bring it all together into one newsletter to show you what the newest releases are. But I'm also gonna show you limited edition collabs, industry trends, and give you access to our exclusive giveaways and discount codes. So if you want the breaking news of the EDC and travel gear world brought directly to your inbox, I highly suggest signing up to the Nomads Nation newsletter, which you can do by finding this globe emoji in the description below. Hope to see you in your inbox. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the modern Dayfarer Sling 2-liter. Pro number one has gotta be its super clean aesthetic. Pro number two, I'm just a big fan of the Velocity Nylon that's being used on the exterior. And pro number three has to be the comfort and versatility of the swivel system. But on the flip side, all bags have cons. Here's mine. Con number one is going to be a little bit of limited access when it comes to the main compartment. Con number two, some people are gonna really miss the lack of a back zippered pocket. And con number three is the magnetic hardware on the shoulder strap might make this sling a pass for some. But if you're still watching this, there's a good chance that you have weighed the pros and the cons. You're thinking to yourself, dude, that sling slaps. I'm totally gonna grab one. And if that's the case, just a reminder, we do highly suggest doing so with the first link in the description. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and also if we have any discount codes, that link is how you get them. But if you're not quite sold, let's talk about some alternatives that might better suit your needs. First up, if you're new to the Nomads Nation channel, I highly suggest watching our Nomads Nation leaderboard video. This is where myself and the whole Nomads Nation squad, we get together and we chat about our favorite bags in different bag categories. Slings included. This is a great way to get different perspectives on different bags and to also know what the best options in the market are. I've gone ahead and linked that above. But if we're pretty close to the Dayfarer Sling, here's two options that could potentially be even closer for you. Alternative suggestion number one is going to be the Aer City Sling. Although it's a 1-liter, it packs around the same volume as the modern Dayfarer Sling, and it's a great option for you if you're looking just for more pockets. You want a front pocket, middle pocket, and a back pocket, while also offering a killer aesthetic. And alternative number two is going to be the Bellroy Venture Travel Crossbody. Great pick for you if, again, you're looking for a sling that has a really sleek aesthetic, but you want a few more pockets, but without compromising like comfort. Bellroy doesn't offer quite the swivel system on this bag, but it is a bag that's really comfortable in the front, on the side, or on the back. Honestly, all three of these slings rock. You just gotta figure out which one rocks the best for you. And to learn more about the two alternatives, you can just go ahead and watch these videos here. If you got any questions about any slings, be sure to let me know in the comments below or in the Nomads Nation subreddit. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron. This is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.